Okay, so to beat all of the druids, I decided in my infinite wisdom to play decks that were hard aggro. This is the only one drop you really want to keep. Most of the time you want to pretty much hard mulligan for Prismatic Lens, but I already had one, so I might as well keep coin this out turn 3. It's totally fine. But anyway, this deck can outrush that one. It's that simple. It's that simple. We get to play the Murloc Tidecaller. Then we're gonna play the Surf Inley. Then we're gonna coin Prismatic Lens. Boom, drop tip the scales as long as we don't hit it on Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. And then we win the game. There's a oh no. Don't do that to me. Sadly I'll trade that in. I could have gone face with it, and this is an aggro deck, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. He could have had the Scale Hide ping 2, not Scale Hide, the thing that pings 2. Scale Rider? Shoot, I forgot its name. But the 3/3 for 3 that pings 2, and that would have just killed my thing. Then you would have killed this off. So if I trade in with that, it's just more efficient that way. Prismatic Lens and a Bluegill Warrior is pretty solid. I have Dragon Queen Alexstrasza in here, and I will admit it is a little bit risky with the Prismatic Lens. So is the Scale Lord. But in my defense, right, I don't think it's that bad. So I have 2 courses of action here. I either hit him in the face and then do this, or I hit.
I must insist.
And we'll just thin out the deck as much as possible, honestly. If we get a Bluegill Warrior, we trade into it anyway, and it's fine. That's fine. If he has Swipe, he only kills off a couple of them anyway, because that one has Reborn. We'll just play another Reborn. We're trying to bait out Swipe here with some sort of removal, and if he plays a minion, we can just trade minions into it. It's not that big of a deal. And then we give him all Divine freaking Shield. Okay, that's fine. Don't get, like, Winged Guardian. That's perfectly fine, in my opinion. No. No. Why? Why would he do that, man? Why would he do that to me? To me, man, of all people. Do that to other people, but not me. No War Leaders was kind of rough, but I know it's fine. I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm going to play this. I think I can fully, not even close to fully trade in. That 3/2 still lives, but we do get to trade in with these minions. Kill off his board, and all of my stuff stays alive, which is fantastic. Swipe doesn't hurt too badly here, again, because Reborn minions and then the guys that are there have 1 or 2 health instead of 1, which is pretty nice. I have Grimscale Oracle for next turn, which is also really nice. That just, like, very much enhances my damage. If I'd had an extra mana, oh, this game would have been over. I could have fully traded into his board and had 1 or 2 extra Divine Shields, because I could have gone 1/2, hit 1, hit 2. This guy would still have Divine Shield. Or technically, I'd rather probably have this guy have Divine Shield, but, you know, it's not that big of a deal. Are you kidding? I disagree with that play. A little bit. A little bit. I want card draw. I also want to give him all attack. If I put him down to 1, Swipe hurts more. But we're just going to hope he doesn't have the Swipe, right? We're going to hope he doesn't have the Swipe. If he does, that sucks. But, like, what am I going to do about it, you know? There's only so much I can do in this game. If he has the Swipe, it sucks. If he doesn't, which it doesn't seem like he does, then we get to keep a 5/1 on the board, which is pretty nice. Don't have Ziliax. Yeah, Ziliax. What did I just say, Stiff Beard? This is a really good card, actually. I'm gonna draw some cards, get some extra stuff out there, and this is pretty decent. Glad Druid popularity finally went down. I don't know what you're talking about. I've played 6 games already, and 3 have been against Druid. Like, I still play 40+% of my games against Druid. But, you know, if you're playing against less Druids, more power to you.
We must stop this corruption.
That's fine, man. That's fine. Please draw me War Leader. I'm not asking for, like, too much. I'm just asking for, like, you to throw me a bone. Thank you. Yes, okay. We actually have a chance now of winning. I can play 3 minions, so 1, 2, 3, pretty much guaranteed. Okay, that's abysmal. This just gets me the best stats on the board, to be honest. And then hit. We get the Reborn. And then hit these 2. Draw some cards, kill that off, hit with a 5/6. And now we have another War Leader that we can capitalize on. The last Prismatic Lens, or not Prismatic Lens, the last Tip the Scales is actually useless. But that's fine. He has no board wipe. Silence, that kind of sucks. But it's still a 3/3 that I can trade in. And it's still a Murloc. So, all things considered, it could be slightly worse. I could have lost. Which I have not. Prismatic Lens, useless. Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, Zephyrus, 2 other alternate win conditions still in the deck. Same with the Scale Lord. All those would be really nice right now. But it's fine. Do I have lethal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yep. Drop it. And whack them. And like I said, you just outrush them. You just create too big of a threat for Druids to deal with because they have no way of dealing with wide boards. This is literally just... Oh my goodness, that voice crack there. Oh, that was embarrassing. That's for hundreds, if not thousands of people to see or hear. But anyway, this deck is literally like specifically designed to beat this Druid. Like to win that Druid matchup. And to be honest, you could say, hey, that's toxic. Why would he be that mean to Druids? Well... If I didn't play Druids 40 to 50% of all my games, I wouldn't be doing this, would I? But I am playing Druids over and over and over again. I like that these... Oh, this is such a good turn 1, turn 2 play. Turn 3 with a hero power. I mean, I should hard mulligan for the Prismatic Lens, but like, I think there's also something to be said for playing on curve and just being... being aggro. Yeah, that's... What? Yeah. I think that there's something to be said for that as well. We kind of got to just trust that we draw into it, you know? Like, I could have hard mulliganed, but this is probably the best turn 1, turn 2 that you could have with this deck. And I don't want to get rid of that and potentially draw something really bad and just give up all sense of early-ish game that I could potentially have. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Maybe that's not how I'm supposed to play it, but that's just how I play it personally. If you want a hard mulligan for Prismatic Lens, definitely strong too. But I think that actually, like, having an early game so I don't get blown out of the water. Get it because they're Murlocs. They're water-based. Ha! Ha! I did it. I made a joke. But I think that it's worth it to just put stuff on the board. And, if this guy just leaves or just ropes, I'm not going to let it ruin the video. I'm going to stick with it. Okay, that's fine. Do whatever you want, dude. So since he... Oh, we drew the Prismatic Lens. That's actually sick. Since he's probably going to play the deal 2 damage, dude. The 3/3. I'm going to... Oh, that's so good into this matchup. Holy crap. But since, he's probably going to coit out, deal 2 damage, 3/3. I want to play him so I can kill off his stuff. You know? So I worded that very poorly. Because he will still have 3 attack if he chooses to kill off the 2/2, which means I can still trade in if I need to, and just stall out for the Prismatic Lens. Clearly, that's not what actually happened. I'm going to Murloc Tidecaller again. And we're kind of just going to flood the board here. Prismatic Lens is going to be a slow next turn, but it's going to be the turn I've chosen. He's embiggened, which means everything is a little bit slower. Hopefully he doesn't have Zilliax. That's really like the only bad thing that could happen to me right now. Scale Lord will be sick. I don't know if I want a Prismatic Lens next turn. It depends on what I draw. If I draw like a 3-drop Murloc and I'm able to play Toxfin with something, or he plays a big threat that I need to kill, like a He coins out a 6/5, can't be targeted. I just put poisonous on the 1/1, kill it, and just keep going face. Like, there are some cases where I don't play Prismatic Lens here. Okay. Okay. Let's see it. Let's get it. Show me what you got. You're a gosh darn fool, man. You are a gosh darn fool. Another Embiggen? Jeez Louise, dude. I mean, okay, to be fair, I do have filled the board with 7 Murlocs for 2 mana. Fine, I'll give you that one. This is kind of busted. But, like, at the same time, his deck's also busted. It just takes a second or two longer to, like, get it going, you know? I don't know. He coined that out. Wait, that was 5 mana, so he can pay 5 more mana and finish his quest and actually have a really solid board next turn. Then I just trade in both of my minions and then hope for the best with the tip the scales. And then the next turn, assuming most of them live, or at least a decent amount of them live, boom, Scale Lord, boom, Toxfin, boom, other Toxfin, and we win. We have Poisonous, we just, we deal with this board very easily. I could Toxfin now. That would limit my plays, but it would deal with a 6/7 on board. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. I'm just gonna play Tip the Scales, hope for charge him in, give all of them health. This is actually fantastic. This is actually like the best thing I could have asked for. We got the charge that we wanted. We didn't get the amalgam. We have more draw engines, and the game's basically done. So wait for the concede, because we do technically have lethal on board. Not even tech. We smack this guy on board. We destroy him. What could he play for Zix? He's double Embiggened. If he has Zilliax, he's 7. Sure, Zilliax would be huge, but Zilliax is still 7 mana. Just because he's huge doesn't mean he can save you. This deck is so annoying, and it's so annoyingly good. And I think it's less annoying than a lot of other decks because it's like fast, you know? Oh. Are you for real? Holy crap. Oh my god. I'm getting trolled. You're kidding me. You're trolling me. You're literally trolling me. Oh my god, really? Wow. Okay. Okay, well, fine. You know what? I still probably win. I have double Toxfin and Scale Lord. I just have to wait an extra turn or two to actually frickin' do it. Kill off one of my minions. Do it, I dare you. That's actually fine. I actually like that. Because now, that means I can put this on you. Give you all Divine Shield. He gains no life. Let's just kill that off with a 2/2 because we can. And keep going face. I feel like that's fine. I feel like of all things, I think this could be worse. I still have a poisonous minion. He already used a swipe. It's got 2 health. I probably should have put it on like the 2/4. But I don't know. 2/4 was definitely a more solid choice. That was kind of dumb. I just thought that like I want him to target this and kill it because it has Reborn, so it won't even end up leaving the board. But I also have another Toxfin, so it's fine. But in retrospect, the 2/4 probably would have been better because it can live through more stuff. He's probably thinking if I kill that Poisonous somehow and play a Winged Guardian, game's good, we win. But little does he know, I've got a Toxfin in hand. I can't believe he got the stupid Zilliax off of that. I mean, luckily I had Divine Shield, so he was only able to heal off of it one time. But still, it's annoying. It's annoying. I'm allowed to complain about that. Hit. I did 8 damage to him, and he only healed 7. Okay, so that turn I did 1 damage to him, which is good. This deck is pretty decent. It specifically does well into like some slower decks, but
we must stop this corruption.
okay, yeah. He should have just played that and conceded a lot earlier, but he didn't. Anyway, I think this deck has potential. I feel like it's definitely not like super strong, and you can also have a lot of like dead draws in my opinion. But the Prismatic Lens play is insane. You do have relatively solid and consistent early game 1-drops, a couple 2-drops, not including Zephyrus, but like Bluegill, Fishflinger, Sir Finley, and then pretty decent pool of 3-drops as well that pump you up if you get your minions to stick on the board. Then Prismatic Lens for like the future, or if you don't want to play Prismatic Lens, because sometimes you don't necessarily want to play it on curve if you have a board. Keep pumping up your Murlocs and flooding the board, because Tip the Scales isn't necessarily what you want to do for your first big play. You want to have a ton of Murlocs on board and go aggro, and then have it be like the way you replenish the board, or at least that's how I've always seen it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've been playing the deck wrong the entire time, but I remember I played it back when it first came out. I had like a 56 to 60% win rate back when it was super strong, so it's not like super impressive, but that's just always how I've played the deck. Rather than trying to force out a Tip the Scales, if I have good cards in hand, I'd rather play those and use Tip the Scales later as a way to replenish the board, because playing on curve helps you beat slow decks like this. Because like if you're playing against like a mage, right, then playing that turn 5, they blizzard turn 6, it's very possible you get nothing out of it, or just 1 turn of attacks out of it, which could be kind of bad. So I don't know, that's just how I've always seen it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.